Hello everyone and welcome, my name is Tom, also known as Aeterno, and today you're watching the Star Wars Nexus. Thank you very much for tuning in, and today in this video we're going to be talking about Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And by that I don't actually mean the movie itself, I mean a particular actor called Jake Lloyd, who was best known for playing young Anakin Skywalker in this film. Now, if you didn't already know, the actor has been behind bars for 10 months following a high-speed chase in South Carolina and charged with failing to stop for officers, resisting arrest, reckless driving and driving without a license. So, the actor's been arrested, but today it's actually been in the news that he was diagnosed with schizophrenia and he's been moved from the jail to a psychiatric facility following this diagnosis. Now, if you've seen some interviews with the actor at conventions or behind the scenes type things, you'll know that he's mentioned that being in Star Wars Episode 1 has effectively ruined his childhood and kind of destroyed his acting career because he retired from acting 10 years ago. And when I hear this in the news and this kind of things about the actor, in my mind I remember all the things he said in the interviews, and maybe being in this film and all the backlash it got and all the negative reviews and people were angry with it, maybe that's what's caused him to leave this life later on. Because this was, of course, reintroducing the Star Wars saga franchise to a whole new generation of people, but also those that had seen the original ones and grown up with those. And it had a lot to deal with and a lot of pressure to be a really great film and reintroduce people into the Star Wars universe like it did before with A New Hope. So not only did all the actors and everyone working on it, and of course George Lucas himself had a massive pressure to do that. And then of course when people weren't happy with it, a whole backlash and negativity came off it. And the actors such as Liam Neeson and Ewan McGregor who were in the film, they already had kind of big careers at the time. So they could just brush it off and carry on with the rest of their career and, you know, keep on doing things. Whereas the actors that were coming fresh into this, not only into acting but also into a massive big feature film such as that, and as Star Wars, that's going to be a massive blow on someone's career, personality, and especially when they're such a young age. Because I imagine that when he got picked to be young Anakin Skywalker, I bet he was absolutely ecstatic. Not only because he was going to be in a big film, but Star Wars, a massive, you know, well-known thing. And then also being on like a set with all these aliens and being in this universe and being able to pod race. How cool would that be as a kid to be able to pod race and then, you know, just see that on screen. You see yourself do that. That'd be amazing. And then to get all this backlash. So I'm guessing what he's done later on in life, this has had a massive impact on that and caused him to do these things. So this was young Anakin Skywalker then, as obviously you'll know if you've seen the film, and probably some of you are going to have a hard time forgetting the film. But this is what he looks like now. So that's the actor. So let me know what you think in the comment section below about this and what you think maybe might have affected him and what you really thought of the film and the actor himself in the film. Because really, personally, I think he gave a great performance. Of course, the character and the age that he is in the film, I would have preferred someone to be a little bit older to portray young Anakin Skywalker. But he still, when you watch the film, he gave a great performance and he dealt well with all these different actors that have been experienced already. So I think he did great, but it's just kind of sad to hear this. But then also ironic a little bit because he did get arrested for high-speed chase and he did do some pod racing, so maybe he thought he was still pod racing. But, you know, it is really sad to hear that, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts on it. So let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video. Adios!